I'm out there, hers, managing broker over at Arla Real Estate, and I help realtors build businesses that are structured, profitable, and sustainable, and not just content that looks good online, right? Because everybody looks good online. I love that for us. So today I want to walk you through what realtors should actually be doing on Instagram in 2026 if you want to grow your audience, increase your following, and turn visibility into real opportunity. So the advice that I'm about to give is not it's not going to be surface level advice. This is going to be how the platform, how Instagram actually works now, and how to work with it and not against it, especially as we are going into 2026. So first things first is that for you guys to understand that the algorithm does not care about effort. It cares about response. It cares about how are people responding to you, right? One of the biggest mindset shifts agents need to make is this. Instagram does not reward effort, it rewards reaction. So it's rewarding the reaction of your audience, okay? It's not rewarding the effort of you taking many times and hours to edit your content, to go and get the perfect shot or get the perfect angle. That's not what is rewarding, but it is going to reward the reaction to your content. How are people actually responding? So you can spend hours fuming, and I know I might say that wrong, right? Editing, captioning, and if people don't respond to your content, the platform assumes that it's not valuable. And the thing is, we need for the platform to know that whatever it is that you're putting out there is extremely valuable. And the way that you increase this and the way that you make it look like, hey, I have valuable content is that you look at your responses by tracking your analytics. Now, the way that you do that is you're looking at one, are people watching your reels longer, right? Are they watching your videos longer? Are they watching it multiple times? Are they saving your content? Are they sharing your content? Are they replying back to your DMs or responding to your interaction stickers in your stories? Or are they replying back to the comments? Or are they just simply coming back to your page? Okay. So the algorithm is watching people, not you. The algorithm in 2026, it's watching people watch you, but it's not watching you, right? Ain't it crazy how that works? It's watching people watch you, but it's not watching you. So in 2026, your goal as an agent, as an entrepreneur, is not just to be posting. Your goal is to be eliciting behavior. Okay. Second, saves are a very powerful signal for Instagram in 2026. So let's slow this down and really talk about saves. A save is the strongest nonverbal signal you can get on Instagram. Okay. So when someone saves your post, they are telling Instagram, hey, this helped me. Oh, this was good. I want to reference this again. Oh, this has long-term value. I need to come back to this. Okay. So this is what saves are telling them. Now, when somebody likes your post, that's emotional. Hey, they liked it. They saw it. Oh, it made them feel good. When someone comments on your post, that's conversational. Hey, let's talk about it. And if someone shares your post, that's relational. Hey, did you see this? Right. But a save, that's intentional. And you want for people to intentionally save your content. So Instagram is prioritizing save content because it keeps users on the platform long over time and not just in the moment. And here is my throw-in tip here, right? Whenever you are on any platform, I know in this video specifically, I'm talking about Instagram, but keep in mind that platforms go, because the moment you go against the goal of the actual platform itself, you then decrease your visibility. Okay. So Instagram's goal, TikTok's goal, Facebook goal is to make sure you and your audience stay online, stay in the app. And if you are consistently trying to push people out of the app, or if you're consistently posting reels that only last 3 to 5 seconds, 7 seconds at most, and then they're getting off, you are not reaching the platform goal, which is Instagram goal. They want people on their app for long periods of time. It may not be the right thing, something that I don't particularly suggest, but it's the reality. So this is why posts with lower likes but high saves typically sometimes outperform everything else because it has the high save amount. Okay. Next, content, the type of content. Let's talk about the type of content that actually gets saved. Now, let's be very clear about what this means as far as getting saved. Saved content usually answers one of the following questions for your audience. Okay. So this is you answering the question for your audience. Or you can look at it this way. This is your audience having this question and you're answering it for them. Okay. Same meeting, just flip the different way. So those questions look like this. One, what should I be doing? Okay. What should I do? Okay. What should I be doing? What should I do? Okay. Another question is, what should I avoid? Another question is, what should I remember? Another question is, what should I understand better? Okay. Those are the questions that you want to bring to your platform in order to answer for your audience. So an example looks like this. As a realtor, right? What buyers should be doing before touring homes. Okay. Why your offer keeps getting rejected. Okay. That's answering something. Things sellers forget to budget for. What should I be doing? Budgeting. Things sellers forget to budget for, right? How to prepare for a listing appointment and what to ask your lender before applying. Those are great examples for an agent. Now, if you want to get really funky and if you're really listening into this, which I hope that you are, plug these questions into like Chat GPT, Gemini, whichever AI system that you use, and you can ask it to generate content for your real estate business based off of those questions, okay? But these posts will make your audience, these posts will feel like resources and make you seem resourceful because you are to your audience. So no longer are you just a post, you're a resource. So if someone could screenshot it, or if they can come back to it later, then that's what we would consider save worthy. And what I typically say is when you're marketing, branding, buying, selling, whichever one you're doing, ask yourself, how do you consume as a consumer? When you are saving content on social media or you're taking a screenshot of something on social media, what drove you to do that internally? And you want to ask yourself that question, like, how did it make you feel? Was it relatable? Did it help you? Were you just thinking about this and it popped up and now you're like, oh my God, I kind of needed that. What did it drive inside of you to say, hey, I need this? Now, when you begin to feel those emotions, now you then take that and you implement that in your business. Okay. Let's talk about storytelling, because storytelling is an algorithm tool, not a trend. And I say this because a lot of people hear storytelling and they're like, oh, well, you got to get on social media and storytell. And most people don't even know what that is like. So number one, storytelling is not about being emotional or dramatic or over dramatic. It's about context, right? The algorithm checks your watch time. The algorithm tracks your watch time, and stories, you being able to storytell increases the watch time. So when you tell a story, people stay longer because they like to wait till the ending. Now, if you are listening to this, ask yourself, do you like stories? I personally, I'm a story girl, right? So if you tell me a story, I'm like, but ask yourself, do you like stories, right? People typically, most times, want to stay to the end. So instead of saying something like, pre-approval is important, get pre-approved, you may say something like, hey, you guys, I had a buyer who skipped pre-approval, and here's what happened next. Now people are tuned in because this information is good, it's now humanized, and this humanized content keeps the attention, and now this attention is driving your reach because they're invested, they're turned in. So storytelling, you guys, that's not branding, that's the mechanics of driving in your audience. That's the mechanics of capturing your audience, and that's the mechanics of holding them close and dear to you. Next, we have energy, enthusiasm, and presence. Okay. This part matters more than production quality. So if you're that agent that's like, oh, I want to post 5 times a day, cut it out, right? We're not talking about production quality, okay? We're talking about your energy, your enthusiasm, and your presence. Instagram can detect when people scroll away quickly. And the thing is, if people are consistently scrolling away from your post quickly, Instagram's going to put you at the bottom of the feed. And you have to ask yourself, why are they scrolling away from me quickly? Is it because I'm just spamming their feed? Am I not being personal enough? Am I only just posting photos of homes? Am I only just posting static posts with no words? So am I only just saying, looking to buy a house, looking to sell a house, contact me, right? Why are people scrolling away quickly? If that happens, you have to keep in mind that low energy leads to fast exits. Low energy will lead to fast exits. So enthusiasm doesn't mean yelling. And I have to kind of pause and say, even for myself, I naturally am a loud speaker. I'm not a yeller unless I'm like really, really excited about something, but I'm a passionate, loud speaker, right? So enthusiasm isn't you yelling at the top of your lungs, but it means that you're intentional about your presence and that you're speaking with conviction, that you're speaking with passion, and that you're also pausing when something matters, okay? That you're showing that you care about the information that you are sharing. And the thing is, your audience, the people attached to you, they mirror energy. They're going to mirror what you're doing. And one thing for a fact is that whoever you attract as your client, most times you don't realize you attract the kind of person that you are. That's the reason for audience. That's the reason for ideal client type. So if you're engaged, they stay engaged. Okay. Next, be personal without distraction. Personability. Can we say personability? Is that a word, right? Personal content works when it builds trust, not when it confuses your message. It works when you're building your trust, not when you confuse your message. You do not want to post personal content to confuse your messaging, but you do want to post personal content to build your trust. Now here's the thing, right? When I say post personal content, I'm not saying put your whole entire life out there, right? Because I do understand that some of you all are watching this. You're like, listen, I just don't want people to know what I'm doing. I don't need people all in my business. I don't want to post my children. I don't want to post the inside of my house. I don't want to post me in my vehicle. I don't want to tell people what I've been up to. I understand, right? Now, here is a trick. The way that I post, because I do post personal content, is that I won't post about what I did or what was done until it's done. So very rarely where you see me post myself somewhere at that current moment, right? I would have to be there, experience it, capture the content, and maybe 3-4 days later, I might post about it, right? But I would never be present in that moment, in that place while I am posting, okay? But your personal content will work and it will build trust. And when it comes to relatability and when it comes to personability, you want to make sure that your content is answering one of the following questions for your audience. So again, in reverse, this means that your audience has this question for you and your personal content is answering it. And that's one, why should I listen to you? Who are you? Why should I listen to you? Two, can I relate to you? Can I say that you're my cousin? We go through the same things. We experience the same things. You're in my head. I was thinking that and you said something about it. Or three, do you understand my situation? Because technically you want me to be your client, but it's not about you. It's about me. I'm going through something. I'm confused. I need help. I don't understand. Do you understand my situation? Right? That's your audience talking to you. That's how you build that personal connection. So strong personal content includes lessons that you've learned throughout your business, throughout your life, throughout your ability to be a parent, all the things. It includes behind the scene realities. It includes honest reflections of yourself or something that you've experienced inside of a transaction. It includes professional experiences with context, right? So this is all what we call personal content of you being able to showcase those things. Did you have a person go for pre-approval and they missed the pre-approval maybe by, let's just say, 2 points? They were a little bit defeated, but you were able to work with them and now they're pre-approved. Did you have a seller that was currently working with somebody, they were on the market for, let's just say, 60 days, weren't able to get sold, they reached out to you, and now you're under contract 2 weeks later, right? What did that process look like? Did you grab some behind the scenes of you actually working in that? That's personal content. So weak personal content is what I call random. Strong personal content is what I call connected. Okay. Next is reels with intention, not noise. Because I think a lot of people really got it misconstrued, because at one point it was, a few years ago on Instagram, it was, if you make a reel, post a reel, everybody's going to follow you, right? Reels were the thing when they first came out. And then what ended up happening is that people started to overuse them, right? They became a little bit too much and they became extremely noisy and it became a big distraction, right? So reels, use them with intention. Don't use them just for noise, okay? Reels are still a good front door. So if you kind of want to open up the door to another audience, if you kind of want to open up the door to a broader reach, reels are still the front door. But random reels don't convert attention into followers. So every reel that you post should have a clear point, a clear audience, and also a clear takeaway. And keep in mind that when you're posting reels, you're not competing to go viral, you're competing for memory. again, those saves, right? You want them to save your reels. You want them to come back to your reels. You want for them to share your reels. So you're competing for the memory, not the ability to go viral, right? So if someone remembers you, they follow you. If they follow you, they trust you. And if they trust you, they inquire about your services. Okay. Next, long reels or long form reels. Okay. This is a positioning. Okay. Because going into 2026, Instagram is actually going to be releasing, some of you may already have access to this, but Instagram is going to be releasing a 20-minute reel option, similar to like TikTok, right? So keep in mind, long form reels are being prioritized. Why? Because what's Instagram main goal? To keep people on the platform, right? So long form reels are going to be prioritized because they keep people on the platform. Okay. That means that your long reel was engaging and incorporated storytelling. It was personal and it was also enthusiastic. And now people are turned in and they're watching it like a movie, but they're watching it on Instagram, right? So for you, they do something more important. They position you as a professional, yes, because you're showing up in that space and you're using the time allotted to you in order to explain a situation or teach something new. But for Instagram, it helps them reach their goal because now your audience stays in the app longer. So if you want to figure out what are you posting for long form reels, think market trends, think buying strategies, think selling options and strategies, and also think real scenarios. And then here's another thing. If you can't think of a scenario or you have not experienced the scenario within your business, it's okay. Go to AI, chat GPT, somebody, and ask them to create you a few different scenarios and you talk about it. But keep in mind that you are no longer just posting, you are teaching. You're teaching. Your ability to teach is what's going to build the authority, and your authority is what's going to build your longevity. Okay. Next is stories. I call the stories the quiet engine, like the whoo is going 0 to 75 in a matter of 3 seconds, right? Stories are where the relationships are built. So Instagram also tracks, especially in 2026, they're tracking your story replies, they're tracking your story taps forward and back, they're tracking your sticker interactions, they're also tracking your DMs. These interactions signal a greater connection for yourself. And accounts with stronger connection get stronger distribution. And you all have to keep that in mind. I'm going to say that again. An account with stronger connections gets stronger distribution because keep in mind, you are not responsible for the distribution of your page, of your content. You are not responsible for how visible you're going to be and who's going to see it. Instagram is, right? But if you follow their rules, they will distribute you appropriately. So if you want to make sure you get a stronger distribution, you have to build a strong connection with your audience. So your story doesn't need to be perfect. I believe that your story should stay spontaneous. I don't schedule stories. I've never scheduled stories, but they don't have to be perfect. They just need to be present, right? Or let's just say if you have a video and you're recording yourself and you save it to your phone and then later you upload it to your story, you can do that as well. Okay. Consistency. Consistency is the trust signal. This is what tells people, ding, 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 I can trust them. They're on it. I can trust them and they can trust you. Okay. You don't need more content to be consistency. You just need to have consistency. You just need rhythm. Okay. You don't need more content. You just need a rhythm. What is it that you're going to be doing and when? This way, now you have trained your audience to know and to know when to expect you and to know when you're going to show up, right? They're trained. They know, hey, Tuesdays, I know that this person is going to post at this time. And if they don't post between 9 and 12, something's up, right? So consistency tells both Instagram and your audience, hey, this person is reliable because I can tell that they're going to be there, right? So a strong rhythm for your business in 2026 looks like 3 to 4 reels weekly, 1 to 2 educational carousels, and then daily stories, right? Start there. I say 3 reels weekly. That's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if you could. If you could push out a fourth one, great. If not, don't worry about it, but at least 3. One could be of you chit-chatting and talking and educating. Another one could be of a video of a property. And then another one could be just some family fun, right? Or you going out and you're visiting a local community business, right? So that could be your rhythm. And just keep in mind that the trust is going to compound when people see you regularly. If they don't see you regularly, they have nothing to build upon. but that trust will compound when they begin to see you regularly. Alrighty, I hope that this was good. And Instagram in 2026 is for you all to know, it's not about trends. Okay, that was the whole purpose of this video, is to educate you on what to expect going into 2026 for Instagram. And I think it's so important for us as agents, realtors, entrepreneurs to know that Instagram in 2026 is not about trends. Cut it with the trends, right? It's about usefulness. It's about storytelling. It's about energy. It's about trust. And if you want help building a content strategy that supports your real estate business, then feel free. Comment below, send me a message, connect with me directly. I can maybe give you some tips if you found this helpful. Okay. Again, my name is Althea Hurst. I am the managing broker over at Arla, and I help realtors grow with clarity, consistency, and intention. And I hope that this video helped you. And if it did help you, be sure to click that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. And be sure to share my videos too. All right, see you guys in the next one.